This is my review on the 1994 Miracle on 34th Street. Personally, I like this one more. A lot more, maybe. I don't know. Either a little or more. I really like it a lot. I like it a lot more, okay? So it opens up with this kid thinking that this kid's Santa Claus. He whispers into this kid's ear and saying, "I am." And she's shocked, and this drunk Santa actually is drunk, and he tells this girl in the news that he gets fired from his job, so he wants this guy to, he goes by the name Mr. Kringle, to take his place as the Santa Claus. So he asks if he can just have a moment to think about it, and he's thinking, and he starts saying all the things that you expect Santa Claus to say on key, and he just says all the reindeer's name, and while he's whipping the whip, and we don't even know if he was supposed to say those things. To say, "Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Comet, Cupid and Time, and Bliss, and dash away, and he's like having the time of his life, and there's a girl that thinks that she's really a good Santa Claus, better Santa Claus than last year. And her and her mother, who is the girl that Mr. Kringle talked to, are always watching the parade. And she thinks that Mr. Kringle's a little creepy how he blow a kiss to her. And it is creepy, but then she goes to see him at the mall. And she just says, "Look, I know you're not really Santa Claus. Just want to know what it felt like to be like kids." And this was because much like the original, and also in the original and remake, the kids like kind of encouraged to push to be like the other kids, and this Santa Claus will have to say, "Hi, John." As much, and she says, your gold coins are really shiny, and your beard's really convincing." And he says, "That's because it is real, just like I am real, just like the suit is real. Go ahead, pull it." And she pulls his beard and he says, "Ow!" And she instantly believes that he is Santa Claus, slowly starts believing that he is Santa Claus. And this happened also in the original, when the girl pulls beard, but it was more convincing because you actually believe that Santa Claus actually, Mr. Kringle, felt pain. So he's him and the mother talks to. She realizes that he really thinks that he's Santa Claus, and this is a little after the mother is proposed by this guy, and she turns him down, and he goes home with it to her daughter. And but after talking with Mr. Kringle, she doesn't believe that he's Santa Claus and doesn't believe that he's real, and he sees right through her. And in this version, this is when he confronts her of why he's doing this. He confronts her that if you don't believe in any world, you're doomed in a world of darkness. And he says it that way. But I like how he says in the original one more, how he says to the mother, how he says, but with you, I see hope. If I can get you believe and me and also your daughter, there might be still be hope for me. If there can't, well, I guess I'm out of the job. See how he said in the original sounded more natural and than he did in the original. He has a very weak description in the remake. Not as clear as the description why he's doing it as he did in the original one. So I wish he gave more clear and a direct description in this one. But that's the only one complaint. Slowly he gets everyone to believe in him, except the mother. And he gets checked in a mental institute for failing his mental exam. No, he just gets checked in mental institutions for assaulting a guy who was a drunk Santa. The drunk Santa was a king because he was going to assault him. So he tried to explain the situation, but no one listened to him, I guess. So, yeah, so, anyway, Mr. Kringle, this guy believes in him, who is the person that the mother turned down, and he's going to convince everyone in court that he is Santa Claus, because he really believes that he is Santa Claus. So, and this is a little after she tells him her Christmas, what she wants for Christmas, and he's asked to pull off a miracle. She wants a baby brother in a big house and a dad. And he says, well, it's a tall order. I'll see what I can do. And she doubts that he can deliver it. So, Mr. Kringle seems like he just doesn't have any hope of when he's in court until the girl sticks up for him in court and saying leave Mr. Kringle alone. And he smiles and he actually got her to believe now. So he has the kids to believe, everyone to believe in him. And the guys that are against him believe in Santa Claus and that he's Santa Claus. And how he proves everyone there's Santa Claus. This is where it gets kind of stupid, but not stupid. Is the word "in God we trust" gets circled on a $1 bill. And he instantly believes that he is the Santa Claus after hearing all these other evidence. And it's not the mail that convinced that he's Santa Claus, which that does happen. It is the dollar bill that says, "In God we trust," that circle is a magic marker. So, and everyone's, including Mr. Kringle's, like, what the hell are you talking about, man? looking like, yeah, like, is he okay? He says, now we're not judging that God is real, but we're not judging if Mr. Kringle is real. So, if the dog believes says in God we trust, then there is a Santa Claus, and it lies in the hands of lives and breathes, and the man that is Kris Kringle. Case closed. And Santa Claus a little confused. Mr. Kringle's a little confused because everyone is confused, and so as well. Listen, confused. Who plays a kid who gets confused? And he didn't want to make the reindeer fly because he says, I can't make this reindeer fly. He only flies on Christmas Eve. And the guy says, of course, he does. And so it was that easy win the case to circle the word "in God we trust," and you win the case. Seriously, it does leave some serious, actual, good drama, and all this leads to serious, good, heartwarming moments. And it is a really good film, even though it has these problems. Yeah, so anyway, let's continue with reviewing it. So she sees the wedding ring on her mother, and she's so happy because she believes that Santa Claus is real because she believes it more now. And I also like the part when he told the judge, he says, I hope you got rid of that television or old television. I ripped my pants on it last year. And he believed it. This guy believed it more now. The fact that he knew that. So he is Santa Claus, and so the mother still doesn't believe it fully until the house that we go to check out was already paid for by Mr. Kringle. And she told on the drive that she asked for Dad in a big house, and she knew, and she was like shocked that and then she instantly, after all that, she believed that Mr. Kringle was Santa Claus, and she asked, what else did you ask Mr. Kringle for? The mother asked, and she says, a baby brother. And she just looked at her belly, she just realized, oh crap, I'm pregnant. She looked at her belly and she realized that she's pregnant because she believes that Santa Claus is real and it's Mr. Kringle. And it ends on that note. And this is a pretty heartwarming and funny film at times, and but mostly heartwarming, but funny at times. Sometimes. So this is a very good film. I highly recommend watching it. Yeah, give it a thumbs up.